So in today's episode, I'll be sharing 3 recipes from one common ingredients that tapioca pearls or sabudana, and these recipes are prepared on the occasion of Navratri, 9 days of festivities to welcome and celebrate the glory of Ma Durga. So stay tuned for this lovely recipes. Hey guys, I'm Subhankari and I welcome you all to my channel Sus Food Corner English, and I hope you all are doing great in your lives. And if you are new to my page, do subscribe to my page and do not forget to tap the bell button. And thank you all for loving my channel so much and liking my videos so much. Let's begin with this awesome recipes. So first and foremost thing for 3 recipes is how to perfectly soak sabudana for all these recipes. So here I have taken 1 cup of raw sabudana or tapioca pearls. These are normally readily available in market. These are medium sized ones. So first I have taken a bowl here, and to it I will transfer this raw sabudana or tapioca pearls, and then what I need to do, I will just keep this bowl as measurement. Water I will add and I will just rinse it for 3 to 4 times. Thing is that I just need to get rid of the starch of this sabudana. So I will wash it nicely 2 to 3 times, discard the water, then again I will wash and discard the water. So after washing for 2 to 3 times, this looks somewhat like this. So this is what I get after washing 2 to 3 times. And now comes the tricky part. To soak sabudana perfectly, I will take water in the same pan or same cup in which I had taken the sabudana. 1 cup of water I have taken because I had taken 1 cup of sabudana. I will add to this and soak it for 4 hours. And after 4 hours, what will happen is that the sabudana will actually soak all the moisture and will become fluffy. And I am showing the water level, it's at least half an inch above the tapioca pearls. This is what we want. So just keep it in rest, covered in normal counter, not in fridge, in normal kitchen counter. And after 4 hours, this is what we get. So how to know if it's perfect or not? I have taken a fork and you can see each pearl, each grain of sabudana is fluffy and it has perfectly absorbed the moisture and has almost doubled in size. This is what we want, and this is ready to be used. And to be more sure, just put it in strainer and keep for around 5 to 6 minutes so that extra moisture, if left, can be drained out. This is it. My pearls are ready. Now let's make 3 beautiful recipes from this sabudana pearls. So first we are going to make pudding or kheer. For that I have taken 1 liter of full fat milk. Full cream milk is always recommended for lovely desserts. Wait till it comes to boil, and after it starts to boil, just cook it for 2 to 3 minutes on medium flame, and then increase the flame, and in high flame we'll add this sabudana pearls. And after adding sabudana pearls, 2 tips are more important. First, temperature should be maintained. We should cook this sabudana pearls in high flame, and that too we need to stir it continuously till the sabudana pearls will rise up to the level. As it will cook gradually, it will rise up and you can see it will become denser due to the starch of sabudana. And you can see after 6 to 7 minutes of cooking on high flame, this is what I get. My sabudana pearls are almost 60 to 70% cooked and have risen up to the top layer, and it's looking much more dense. This is the time we need to add a sweetener. Either you can add condensed milk or you can add sugar. You can see these have changed color, they have become translucent, and at this stage I am going to add sugar half a cup. And here I have taken some milk around 2 to 3 tablespoons, and I have added 2 to 3 pinch of saffron. It's optional. This I have added for color and of course flavor, and cardamom powder I have added around 1 to 2 pinch. Now just cook on high flame for around 3 to 4 minutes more till you can see the consistency will drastically change. It will become creamy, it will become thick. After infusion of sugar, it will take around more 7 to 8 minutes, and this is the consistency. It's perfectly done. It has coated my spatula perfectly, and once it has attained this stage, switch off the flame, let it rest for more 3 to 4 minutes. Don't make it too dense, otherwise it will thicken very easily. And my sabudana has cooled down. I had actually kept it in fridge. Chilled sabudana kheer tastes awesome, and this is the consistency. You can see creamy, and each pearl of sabudana has soaked the goodness of the saffron and the milk, and it will just taste awesome. And yes, in this process the milk will never curdle and the sabudana pudding or kheer will turn out awesome. Do try this recipe in this festive season. I have decorated with some dry fruits, and this is how the pearls are looking. You can see they have just tripled in size, not doubled, and cooked to perfection. Do try and let me know how it turned out. My next recipe with sabudana is sabudana khichdi. This is a nice amalgamation of flavors. For that I have taken here roasted peanuts, half a cup, and I just need to remove the skin of these peanuts and crush them so that I can use the peanut powder. So this is it. I have added in a blender, and this is how I have done it, coarsely grinded. So in a bowl I have taken soaked sabudana that I have shown already. 3 tablespoons of peanut powder goes in, and to this I will add around 1 teaspoon of powdered sugar and rock salt or sendha namak that we normally use in this vrat recipes. This goes in as per taste. Give it a mix. All this sabudana will coat it with these flavors, and now here I have heated around pan on medium flame. Clarified butter or ghee I have added around 1.5 tablespoon. Raw peanuts I have taken 2 tablespoon. I just need to roast these peanuts initially in this ghee, and this I will use later in the recipe. On medium flame I will roast for around 5 to 6 minutes till these peanuts are nicely roasted. You can see they have actually cracked from between, that means they are roasted and done. And make sure you roast them on medium flame. And in the same pan, in the same ghee, I will add some cumin seeds or jeera 1 teaspoon and 2 to 3 green chilies finely chopped and few curry leaves. And for flavoring, here goes grated ginger 1 tablespoon. So these all will be used to enhance the flavor of this sabudana khichdi, as because we are making this in festive season, very few ingredients I will be using. 1 large potato I have used, that is peeled and cubed. This goes in, and now on medium high flame I will roast this potato so that it will just acquire all the flavors of this cumin, this ghee, chilies and all, and then it will be have a nice beautiful color. So, and just roast for 4 to 5 minutes, and I have also added some sendha namak so that this salt also coats its potatoes. So after roasting for around 5 to 6 minutes on medium flame, these potatoes will be ready. And now to this, to enhance the flavor and color, I have added red chili, fresh red chili. I just love the sweetness of the fresh red chili. Again, it's optional. If you want to avoid, you can avoid, but I personally love, so I have just mentioned it in this recipe. And now when these potatoes are done, they are roasted, some light coloration has occurred. I will now add the mixed sabudana to this pan, and here comes the tricky part. On medium flame, I just need to roast it continuously, stirring slowly for around 3 to 4 minutes. It's very important, otherwise the sabudana pearls will start to stick together. Continuously, I just need to mix slowly on medium flame till you can see the sabudana pearls will gradually start to change color. That's very important, otherwise in many cases these will stick together and will just become a halwa. We don't want that. And after this happens, reduce the flame to lowest and cover it for around just 2 to 3 minutes. That's it. In 2 to 3 minutes, you can see there will be little moisture, and this sabudana will be again separately roasted, and that will just give the consistency of the khichdi to perfection. This is what I was talking about. So now it's time to add some more flavoring. So here I will add lemon juice 1 teaspoon, and to this I will add the roasted peanuts that I had roasted with skin initially. This goes in. 2 to 3 tablespoons of fresh coriander leaves goes in, and now give it a mix. Switch off the flame, and our khichdi, sabudana pearl khichdi, is ready to be consumed with lovely flavors. Sweetness, sourness, and this roasted peanuts does the trick. And you can see my sabudana khichdi is completely non-sticky. Otherwise, if you don't follow these steps, sabudana khichdi, the consistency might be drastically changed, and obviously one would prefer some non-sticky and beautifully cooked sabudana pearls in this way as I have shown in my recipe. Try this out and let me know how it turned out, and let me show you one of the pearls. See how beautifully they have cooked, perfectly non-sticky and fluffy. And my next recipe and last recipe is sabudana vada or sabudana fritters, both in fried and non-fried way. For that I have taken here 2 large potatoes. I will just grate them in the last part of the grater in this way. So this is it, potatoes grated, and to this I will add few more ingredients. So to this I will add first the tapioca pearls, soaked sabudana, this goes in. Half a cup of roasted and coarsely grinded peanut powder, that goes in. And to enhance the flavor, I will add grated ginger 1 tablespoon, green chili 2 to 3 finely chopped, lemon juice 1 full, yes 1 full lemon juice, and rock salt or sendha namak as per taste, this goes in. And now to this I will add some cumin seeds 1 tablespoon, and I will add powdered sugar 1 teaspoon. So basically we are just adding flavors to our fritters, and coriander leaves 2 to 3 tablespoon, and lastly clarified butter or ghee 1 tablespoon goes in. Now I'll just mix all these ingredients to form a nice dough like consistency. Basically we will be making some fritters out of it. So just give them a nice mix, and I'll take 1 handful of mixture and will give it to a round shape, mold it to a round shape. So in this recipe I'll be showing 2 versions. First the fried one like we normally do in vadas and all, and the second the non-fried one in non-stick pan will do. So here I have made them to a round shape, and as we shape the cutlets I'll just roll it over and make this type of medium size cutlets in this way. These cutlets I'll be just deep frying, and for the cutlets that I'll be frying in a tawa or cooking in tawa, for that I'll just make a hole in between, because we are not frying this. So making a hole in between ensure that shallow frying will also work wonders for this recipe. Nicely it will be penetrating this vara and will give a nice crunchy texture. So first I'll just deep fry heated oil on medium high flame, and I'll add these tikkis or sabudana vadas in batches. It's very important to get a nice golden fried tikki. Heat the oil in high flame, then I'll add the tikkis, and on medium flame I'll just do the process so that the upper layer will be nicely crunchy and already everything is cooked inside the tikki. This will take around 4 to 5 minutes. Just flip it over and it's ready. I'll show you how crunchy they are. Perfectly done. And now it's time to make the non-fried version, the shallow frying version. 3 to 4 tablespoon of oil I've added, and added the sabudana tikkis with the hole, and also without hole also I have added, but yes, I prefer if we make a hole in between. That will enhance the crunchiness of this sabudana tikkis or vadas, whatever you will call. Flip them over after 3 to 4 minutes, and yes, this is the important tip. When you add this, either you shallow fry or you deep fry, do not touch this tikkis for initial 2 to 3 minutes so that the outer layer gets set, and then you can flip them over. This is done. You can see both ways they are looking so yum, and of course in this version we have used less oil. Anything you can prefer. And my sabudana tikkis or sabudana vadas are ready to be savored. I have served them, you can see, and I have served them with some green chilies and some red chutney, tamarind chutney. This goes in, and all these recipes are vrat recipes. You can eat them in the 9 days of celebration of Navratri. Sabudana, one basic ingredients full of flavors and nutrition, and can be modified into 3 beautiful recipes, be it pudding or kheer, be it the khichdi, or be it the fritters or vada. Anything you can make, and that too in your way. I have shared the most convenient ways with lots of tips and tricks. Try this out and let me know how it turned out. I hope this 9 days of celebration brings good luck and good charm to you. And now it's time for the comment of the day. Today's comment of the day is from Raghunath Prasad Pathi. He writes, so here is a new and exciting dish. Ma'am, please start online cooking classes. We will more be connected with you and make better recipes. And he is actually commenting on Domino's style, very crispy tacos, homemade 100% from scratch. Thank you so much for such beautiful words. Not planned till now, but yes, let's see in future what's whole for us. Stay tuned, and thank you for all your love. And for today's recipe, do try this lovely recipe for sabudana in this wet season and let me know how it turned out. You can follow Su's Food Corner in Instagram and Facebook. And if you have liked today's video, do give it thumbs up, share with your family and friends, and do not forget to subscribe to my page. See you in next video. Till then, stay safe, love life, and happy fooding.